This is Richard back at you. We got Gerald's 350 in the house. No, he bought this off of Jegs or something. I can't remember what he said. But it's a TCI, like a Street Fighter 350 transmission that he's been running in his vehicle. We've got the small converter sitting over here on the bench. Grab it real quick. So the fluid looks really good in it. Really nice. Look, you can see here where it's not touching this side of the hub. You can see a little bit of an imprint on this side. Definitely want to make sure you pull it up all the way to the flywheel when you bolt it up. You know, you don't want to try to let the bolt pull it up because sometimes it just don't mount perfectly straight. But what we're going to be doing to this tranny is tearing it down. We're going to be putting a TCI trans brake in it. Really nice kit that he brought to me to install. Comes with all the valve body, the solenoid, the direct drum springs, and all that type of stuff. Now we are going to, just depending on what it needs, I have some things laid out, but we mainly brought it in here to put the valve body on, and we wanted to make sure that we had a 5-clutch piston in 3rd gear, and we want to also look at the sprag on the drum to see if it's a 34 element or it's just the cheap roller clutch style. So, and also we wanted to upgrade it to some really nice clutches. So, and we got high pressure rings here too, just in case. And we also have a wide sprag assembly that goes in the back. If this doesn't have a wide sprag assembly, we're going to go get one out of a 4L60E and put it in here. That way we can put a wide roller clutch back here. So let's get this thing apart. Now this one here, I believe, worked normally. I think you could put it in drive and it still probably shifted. Governor's still moving. Now you can see here, well, that's wore plumb out. Look here. We talked about that before in other videos about how the governor can come loose from here. The gear looks good, but this piece here is jacked up. So the train was definitely going to start having issues, possibly downshifting and stuff like that. So. There's no speedometer. They got it plugged here. So, but we do have a gear on the shaft still. Got a little clip here you push down right there, and then you kind of just push it, unlock it, and it come right off. So pretty simple there. Now we're not going to be, I'm not sure, I got to look at the valve body and read the instructions to see what they want me to do with the governor, or if I even have to put it in there. We have our modulator valve here. Now the solenoid for the trans brake is going to be going in here. Like I say, we got to read all the instructions and see if we use this modulator valve, if they supplied one in the kit, or whatever. We have our intermediate accumulator over here. There's a little hole right here you can kind of push that out with a, and you can get a screwdriver. Can you see that, Teresa? It's kind of behind it, but at least I did get it out. See, pull it out there. There you go. You take a bigger screwdriver with a little hook on it, pull it out.
Ta-da!
We have our accumulator spring there. I'm curious to see what they want me to do about the piston here, if we block it or leave the spring in or whatever. Now this here, what this is a saver. This piece, since this case is wore out, you can see right here where this a spring, what it is, it broke in here before and destroyed it. So what they do is they got this saver sleeve that goes in there, and then you put a new accumulator piston in there. Looks like it's dancing around in there a little bit. I figured it was kind of pressed in there, but a little different.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Any way to save a case, for sure. I'm not sure how many miles he has on this transmission. It's definitely got a ton of metal in it.
Got some glitter.
Quite a bit of metal, huh? You know, people don't realize, once you build a brand new tranny and you take it out to the track and you run it 2 weekends at the max, you need to drop the pan, clean the pan out. We drop our pan every time we go to a race just to check everything out, physically pull the unit out. But any type of transmission, you take it to the track or a fresh rebuild, you need to drop the pan and clean it out. This gasket here has been glued on there like crazy. The detent linkage and stuff's been removed. There's been a plug put in the case right here. There was nothing done to the valve. It still got its normal function, the 2-stage spring feel. So I don't see anything there. There's detent spring. Always on at 350 though. If you notice here, the farther I move this linkage, this S-clip, I can almost just take it out right there. So what you need to do is take and bend this right here to where that S-clip will stay about in the middle. But if you get farther forward, you can almost pull that out. So you can just take a screwdriver in here and just push that a little bit that way just to get that deep in there. So. Now, anytime you can see a red spring through this hole, that tells you got an aftermarket pressure control spring in here for your pressure regulator. Factory one's a green, I believe a blue. Anytime you get a shift kit, they're going to want you to put a new spring in there. Take this and usually that'll come right out of there when I push it. Ain't gonna fit. But normally there's a spring in here too. We don't like to leave the springs plumb out. Some people do. We'll take and put like a, the 4th gear accumulator spring out of a 4L60E that we always block the piston. We'll take and use one of those springs and put in there. That way it'll just stay pushed to the top. Right here. It just makes it really nice. I don't get you, Teresa. But this thing will still move up and down, but it keeps that clip locked inside there. Come on, get in there. There we go. See how it keeps it in there? Instead of this piston just laying at the bottom all the time, it'll stay up all the time and keep that in there really nice. So you can take this pin out here, pull your pressure regulator spring out and your boost valve assembly, clean it. Like I said, the spring will be red being that it's a shift kit. Now we are going back with a different valve body on this, so we're probably, I don't know if we're changing to plate 2 or what. We'll have to see what we got in the box over there. Need to get a new ring on this gun, I believe. Now, of course, like I said, this is got a PCI shift kit in it. This is a plate here, part of the shift kit here. Anytime if you're changing gaskets using an overhaul kit, some of these holes won't be here. You'll have to make them. Like this one here. Mistaken. You just have to look at them and see. But like I said, a couple of these holes ain't in the factory gasket, and when you'll have to put them in there. Get our part linkage off. Try a different socket. It's down there better. Yeah. I think that'll. I've had that socket like 900 years.
Wow. That's pretty good.
It was just shiny. Have a check ball here, here. Nothing in here. Nothing here. So basically just 2 check balls here. Normally you see them here and here and out here and here, but I have to put the plate up there maybe and kind of see what we got going on. You kind of look at your check ball. There's no even hole for it anymore there. There's one for that one. Looks like there's not one for that. Actually, it's there, but not beside it. A secondary hole. Like I said, they changed. Each shift kit's totally different. I mean, they're all got their own thing. Got your engine brake servo there. I mean, if I could set it on the bench upside the other direction, I need to put a hole in this table here so I can stand up, and I can put my dial caliper on it and actually check the clearance on it. Seemed pretty loose. It's crazy how there's always fluid in them bolts there, huh? Every time. Now you notice we got high pressure rings. Looks like these are solid, yep, and these will probably be split. Here, they should just come off. These gloves are so slippery. There we go. And these will be a solid ring right here. Usually there's a metal retainer underneath this too, like a little band that keeps them spread out. Got bearings here. We can put shims under here to tighten it up a little bit. Definitely keeping our fingers crossed for a good pump.
Well, where do you think the metal came from?
Could have come out of the converter, probably. So that's what I'm saying. Hopefully the pump's good. Got our intermediate piston that pushes on our intermediate clutches there.
I see some lines.
Yeah, I almost feel something there. Hey, let's look at the pump gear and see what they look like. Because anytime you put a trans brake in it, we're going to max the pump pressure out in this thing. So we definitely want to get some new gears in here. You can see all the bluing's gone off of them. So we'll mic these because they make like 10 different thicknesses. Also, anytime you get somebody else's tranny in here, you want to take and put a factory pump gear in here and see if it fits good. That way you know that the pump body hasn't been bored out and actually an oversized gear put in there. So you don't want to mic it and order one, but not realizing that you have an oversized gear in there, so when you get it, it won't fit. So this pump's probably been rebuilt before, no doubt. I mean, it looks decent. So I think just put new gears in it. I think we can get away with it. Bushing's pretty much gone. Okay, we got some nice intermediate clutches here. Still looking decent shape. I got some mixed match steels there a little bit, but now if you notice, to probably set the clearance up right, this one here looks like a factory, and then we have some thin ones here. So, still got the wave in it, which is a smart thing. Band still looks brand new. This is what I was really hoping right here, to make sure we had a good sprag assembly here. Got the spiral snap ring, which normally a factory would be just an open and closed style. Got the updated sprag assembly in it. I'll check this drum here for any type of wear for sure. Scotch Brite it up if it looks nice. Still looks nice. And we're going to get in here and see what we got for our high gear clutch. Well, what's nice about it is we do have a 5 clutch high gear, so that's nice. Now we are going to change the clutch. We're going to go to a little bit more aggressive clutch for sure in here. But 5 clutch piston, that's nice too. So TCI done him a really nice job there. Check down in here in both 2 areas. Down in here for bushing wear, out here too. Clutches still look decent here too. Like I said, we're going to upgrade your forward clutch and your high gear clutch. The other ones here, we'll probably leave these in here. Check the clearance on them, make sure they're nice for him. Want to keep it as cheap as possible for him, or not cheap as possible, just as, what's that word I'm looking for?
Affordable.
Affordable. There you go. That sounded even better. Now, we have our plastic bushing that sets down in here. Now you can put a brass one in there too. Brush washer here. Bushing here. See if I can get that snap ring out of there. These are always hard, seems like. Thank gosh. So you always want to look right here on the end of this planet for any wear, because your bushing right there runs on that. So you're going to look at your sun gear on both sides, look at your bushing. Got a case saver down here in the case. Case looks brand new though. I don't even see any wear in there. No, I mean there's physically no wear in the case down there. have our lower clutch. See if they did upgrade it. Okay, we still have the small sprag assembly. Now we're going to go out and get a 4L60E sprag body and gear assembly or housing assembly here. Switch it to a wider bearing. Now we can still use the same race, Scotch brite it up. But the main thing is you want to check right here because they make two different heights, and you just want to match it up. So pretty simple. Check your planets. I say sometimes we miss quite a bit when we go just through the videos and stuff, and we definitely want to see if I can round up a bearing style ring gear here in the back instead of a thrust washer style. We have a bearing back here. The planet will still work. We just have to find this is a two-piece here. Some of them are one piece, but we just have to see what we can find out of the trailer. Help him out. We always want it the best as we can do, huh, Teresa? For sure. Well, you know, we got the best at the camera, right? That's what I was thinking. Guys, don't forget to go subscribe and push that notification bell. There's definitely more to come. The year's young. Have a great day.